Welcome to ArtStreet. We've been asking, what is change? First, I notice something that catches my attention. Maybe someone points this thing out to me. Second, I spend some time examining this thing. Maybe it's a behavior or a way of thinking. As we fully enter into the contemplation stage of change, we focus on what just doesn't match up. Human beings are naturally comfortable with patterns and rhythms. We start to know what comes next, what to expect. It's discrepancies that catch our eye. Here's an example. On a children's magazine page, there's this colorful picture. Now the child has decided to look at the picture. They focus. There's a lot to see in the colorful picture. The activity with this magazine page is, what's wrong with this picture? Our focused child now starts seeing and pointing out and naming what doesn't match their expectations. Just like that magazine picture, maybe an area of our life has become a lot. Colorful might be a nice way to describe it. Maybe someone we trust has said, hey, I wonder if you've noticed this thing, this area of your life that's maybe a lot. If we really trust them, we might take a look. And if we've focused our attention, we might see things in our picture that don't match our hopes or our intentions. But I don't like that word wrong. What's wrong with this picture? We don't have to label what we notice as good or bad or right or wrong. We might ask instead, what would I change in this picture? That feels less judgmental. I feel good about contemplating a change instead of fixing what's wrong. For today's project, we get to draw scribbles and squiggles. No right, no wrong, no good, no bad, just choices. Here's a good one to start with. Fold paper in half lengthwise. On one half, draw a simple profile of a face. Choose points along the line and measure with your pen or pencil to the center. So I'm going to make some dots down the center so you can see where my center line is that I made on my fold. But you don't need to make these dots on yours. Okay, so start up here and I'm this far away from the center. So I move my marker over and I make my mark. Here I'm this far away from the center. So I move my marker over and I make my dot. Do this all the way down. I'm just using my fingers to kind of see how far I am off from the center. And then back here went clear out to here. So move that over here. Okay, now I'm just gonna follow my dots, connect the dots, so that I get something very similar on this side. Can you shift your vision to see something new, something you may not have noticed? Can you see that there can also be a vase in the center? So if I did this very evenly, you would see these same shapes on both sides, same shapes here, same angles down, as if this was all one project in here, the dark part. You can play this same game with scribbles. The trick to a useful scribble is to keep it loose. Let it flow. A good amount of curves and intersections are going to let our minds see whatever they want to see. So I found a really fun one that kind of shows you what I mean, and so I'm going to make something that's similar. So you can see I'm just making some curves. Curves, curves, curves. Just let them go, add in an extra. Make another one that's kind of splits the difference. I like curving lines because they have the possibility to look like something familiar to us. People are made with curves. Our landscape is made with curves. What I'm doing is just making a lot of possibilities to see something in what I'm making. And you can turn it and just keep adding more images, more lines. Sometimes the line will continue, sometimes the line will stop. Just do as many or as few as you want. I like doing these in pencil so that I can change if the angle doesn't go where I want. You feel free to use whatever you have on hand. I'm using this marker just so that you can see me making lines and adding lines. Let's make some that goes here, go around. As many or as few as you want. I like when they touch at the intersection points. There's something attractive about that to me so that I can decide later if I see something there or not. So I can make relatively smooth curves or I can go all over the place. Let's make another one of those S curves. I want something down here. I want more, so I'll go to this and some. And around here. It's doubling. Sometimes doubling the lines gives me an interesting effect. See that if I had pencil, then if I didn't like how something intersected, I could just change it. I think doing lines like this that are simple curves, I think that's easier to utilize in our process than if I do tight scribbles, but it's up to you. Whatever helps you let your mind kind of drift into the image, like we did with that colorful children's magazine page. You can use what works for you. So now that I have made some lines, I'm going to see what I see in here, and I'm going to add color to kind of pull it out. choose the images that you want to emphasize, to bring forth, and let go of images that don't feel healthy or productive, the ones that don't serve you anymore. There's nothing wrong with this picture. There are only choices to be made. If you could choose, what would you change? Malcolm Forbes said, "The best vision is insight." Until next time.